Hey guys, it's Teapot here, bringing you another indie battle. So this is going to go up on the LakeValorTV channel, as well as my own personal channel, as a favor to Ryan, because he asked me to. I'm just trying to help LakeValor get more members, and also get more experience narrating. Here, I think I just said earlier, it's an indie battle. This is a different team than you may have seen last time, or it may be the first time you've ever seen me battle. Either way, I'm going to lead off with my Robotnik, which is a Rotom Spin, and I'm going to use Volt Switch. I'm a Choice Scarf set, so him predicting with Torterra really kind of hurt me. I expected to get the momentum, but instead he does. Here I'm going to send in my Tits McGee. It's a Sap Sipper offensive Miltank. I think those have become kind of popular lately. I'm not really sure. This is honestly only my second ever indie battle that I had here. And I was just like, okay, well, even though he used Stealth Rock, now he's got to use something like Leech Seed, or he's going to, like, want to switch out because he can't really do shit to me, right? Except he uses Earthquake, and Return didn't do much to him. I should have noticed the nickname. It says Tanky, and Torterra does have pretty high base defense. And without that Sap Sipper boost, Miltank really just didn't do that much. And now Earthquake did, like, almost half my health. A little under. That could have been minimum damage. So I'm really worried about 2-hit KO. So I send in Robotnik again. And even though he takes damage from the Stealth Rocks, I'm really not worried. Because here what I'm going to do is I'm going to go... Oh, in just a second after leftovers, I'm going to go for the trick. Because I figure he's probably going to stay in. And then he's going to Leech Seed me. Or do something. I don't know. And I'm going to give him my Choice Scarf, because Torterra with Choice Scarf still kind of sucks, because it's really slow. So here I'm going to get the leftovers, like I was pretty sure I was going to get, and it's going to help me gain my health back, except here he goes for the Wood Hammer, and that does kind of hurt, but he's taking recoil damage, and with my leftovers, he's not going to want to stay in. And I was a little confused. I was like, what's he going to do? What's he going to do? So, I didn't want to really... Even if he did stay in, he was probably going to take me out before I could take him out, because at this point, he didn't know I had the Air Slash. He probably feared it, or probably more likely he feared the Hidden Power Ice. So I sent in Tits McGee just because, in case he switches out, I'm probably going to be able to hit it really hard with a Return. And if he doesn't switch out, I'm going to get the attack boost from Wood Hammer, and he's locked in. So he sends him fucking Imposter Ditto. I'm like, that's like a cheap fake Gucci handbag or something. You may think it's all that great, but everyone else still thinks it's kind of shit. And I'm gonna use Milk Drink because he used Earthquake on me, and I know it's gotta have Choice Scarf because every single Imposter Ditto has Choice Scarf. And he switches out. I guess he couldn't use Return because he was really afraid of he must not have had max friendship, so Return wouldn't have done that much. So here he switches out into his Striplim because he predicted me to go for the Return, but I actually predicted him to predict me to go into the Return, and I switch out into my Rotom Spin, and here either he thought he could outspeed me because I got rid of my Choice Scarf, which he couldn't because I am max speed with a Choice Scarf on top of that, or he thought he had enough invested in either HP or Special Defense to live a Volt Switch, but actually I have Volt Switch and Thunderbolt for this time, so I'm trying to use Thunderbolt to sweep a team. It comes in really useful, especially against like rain teams or something before they can set up Rain Dance. He's going to come back in with this Imposter Ditto, and I'm like, well, shit. Sorry there. I knew he was going to either want to Volt Switch, predicting me to switch out, or use Thunderbolt trying to take out my Rotom Spin. So I switch into Mindy, my Piloswine, and it is max defense and max HP, I believe. Honestly, I cannot remember at this point because I do have Mindy with max attack and a Choice Band, and that has max HP, but I think I'm Eviolite in this set. So I decided to just go for Stealth Rock because I wasn't positive that Wartortle was going to come in, and I was like, well, it's probably not going to do that much damage, so I'm just going to set up Stealth Rock. And then I realized, oh well, Wartortle is going to fucking Rapid Spin. So I switch back into my Rotom Spin, despite it having like super low health, and this was really risky. If he would have gone for like a Scald, that would have been the end of Rotom. But he decides to Rapid Spin right away, and that's not going to do shit to any Pokemon. Especially Rotom Spin, who's like relatively bulky. So here he's going to predict my Volt Switch or Thunderbolt, but really I was expecting this. And I go for Trick just in case he didn't switch out and I could get the Eviolite off of Wartortle, and if he did go back into Torterra, I could get my Choice Scarf back. Because at this point, I thought maybe I could Air Slash and Flinch Hacks every single one of his Pokemon to death. I knew that getting my Choice Scarf back wasn't really going to hinder me because Air Slash was the only thing I was going to use against Torterra, and I would not be able to switch back in because of Stealth Rock damage. But here he goes for Leech Seed. I'm like, ha! You did have it! I knew you had it when I switched into Miltank. But I guess I'm guessing he predicted that I was a Sap Sip or Miltank, because I can't imagine why he wouldn't just go for Leech Seed right off the bat. With me switching out from Rotom, that must be it in my mind. So here he's going to go back into Rotom Spin, which is not really Rotom Spin, it's freaking Ditto, and Air Slash is going to be resisted, and it's not going to do that much damage, and it makes me really sad, because here Rotom Spin is going to die to Leech Seed, and it probably could have done some more work. I'm not really sure. It would have been a little helpful later in the match, but it just, having not all of your Pokemon just forces creativity. Here, I was predicting, like, Volt Switch again, just for him to be, like, really fucking annoying, and he ends up going for Trick, predicting my Piloswine, Mindy, to come back in, and I wasn't really worried. I was just like, whatever. I'll go for Icicle Spear, and now that he doesn't have his Choice Scarf, that's really bad for him, because his Ditto's not going to be able to do anything for the rest of the match. And Wartortle comes back in, and I'm like, okay, yeah, Wartortle's going to come in after seeing only 2 Icicle Spears, or just like decimate his Ditto. He's definitely going to switch out. So I make a switch out too into a Mungus, knowing that I was going to scare Wartortle out and I could just put whatever was going to come in to sleep. I was really hoping that his Combuskin would come in, and it doesn't. His Ditto comes in, and at this point I'm like, yeah, I guess he's just using it for sleep fodder, knowing that I was going to go for the Spore because he realizes, oh, well, nothing, I can't do anything to this Amoonguss. It's not really a giant threat, really. It's like a check to most Pokemon. He could have sent in his Combuskin, but at that point, there really wouldn't have been anything he could do. So with his Ditto not having a Choice Scarf, it can't come in and revenge kill anything, really. He's just going to let it die. 2 Sludge Bombs going to take it out. Amoonguss is a pretty good Pokemon overall. I'm really surprised it's in you. I would really think it'd be at least RU, if not UU. But there's so many good Pokemon in UU now. Oh, like Azelf, Suicune. So here his Combuskin does come in, and I'm predicting it just to automatically go for the Fire Blast, knowing he'd be faster than me. But he goes for the Protect, which really surprised me. So now I have my Samurott, and I'm really thinking he's going to switch out, because most Samurott are Swords Dance, Aqua Jet, and crap like that. I don't really know, because I use a Life Orb special attacking set, and he goes for the Protect again, and I'm like, well, shit. He's going to see that I am special, and then he's not going to be afraid of me. It's a really good play on his part to stay in. So here he goes for the Substitute, and I was like, are you a baton passing set? Why do you have Substitute and not Swords Dance? And I'm really confused here. And then I realized, well, I'm not sure why he has Substitute, but I do know he's going to try to use Protect and Substitute to stall out all my Hydro Pump PP and then try to take me out after I have no Hydro Pump. So I was really worried because Samurott is my main sweeper, and I'm really not sure what else I'm going to have to deal with on his team now. Like, his Butterfree may pose a problem to me. I mean, what the fuck can Butterfree do to Emboar, which I sent out now here? And I'm like, okay, well, he's probably not high jump kick because he has no, he has a substitute, so he's not high jump kick because if he missed one high jump kick, he'd be dead with substitute damage. And he goes for focused boss, and I'm like, I've never seen. I didn't expect that at all, and it did a shit ton of damage. But luckily, I am Choice Banded, and Head Smash hits. And even though it's neutral and not stab, Emboar has giant attack, and Head Smash is like 120, 150 base power. So it's going to be able to take Combusken out, and I'm like, whew, thank goodness that was a major threat to my team. So now I'm going to send back into Moongus, because I just want to do work with it, because I think it's so funny when walls, like, take everything out. I did make a little bit of a misplay here. He goes for Earthquake, because even slow-ass Torterra is faster than a mushroom that has no legs, like, at all. It has to, like, hop to get from place to place. I go for Sludge Bomb. It's not a bad play, because Sludge Bomb is going to take Torterra out, but what I should have done is I should have gone for Giga Drain just to get that extra little bit of HP back. It also would have taken out Torterra. But I'm not really worried because he sends in his Butterfree, and I'm like, fuck Butterfree, I'll just go for Spore. He goes for Bug Buzz, and I'm like, yeah, that's expected. He's just gonna try to take me out. He doesn't realize how much HP I have, probably. He does get the special defense drop, and then it kind of starts to worry me. I'm like, well, shit, he's probably gonna... If he uses another Bug Buzz on me, I am going to die. So I don't know why I stayed in here hoping I could 2-hit KO Butterfree with a Sludge Bomb. I have absolutely no special attack investment in this, though, and I guess Butterfree has a lot better special defense than I thought. At this point, I'm thinking, okay, this is probably going to be a somewhat special defensive Butterfree. It probably has Sleep Powder, Quiver Dance, Bug Buzz, and some sort of hidden power, or maybe it has Roost, and it has Tinted Lens. It probably does have Tinted Lens and Bug Plate, because I wasn't paying attention to the item. Like Roost, Bug Buzz, Quiver Dance. Oh, it has leftovers, but it still could have a Tinted Lens and just use Bug Buzz as its only attacking set. So I'm thinking, okay, I'm safe right now to send in Miltank. It's pretty specially defensive, even without investment in it. I can use Milk Drink, get back up to full HP, and then start attacking it from there. And I was right, as far as I know. I predicted the Sleep Powder. I was like, it knows it's going to need to set up on me, and it can't set up without Miltank being asleep, but he doesn't realize I have Sap Sipper, or apparently, and I get the attack boost in return with an attack boost and a life orb, and coming from Max Friendship, Miltank is going to completely destroy Butterfree in just one giant hit. And at this point, Wartortle is the only thing he has left, and no matter how defensive that thing is, it's not going to be able to take out like 5 more of my Pokemon, even if it has like Toxic and Protect and Rest and bullshit like that. So I'm going to go for a return, and here I'm like, yes, 1-hit KO, like Miltank is such a boss, and it doesn't take it out. It does about like 70%, and it goes for the Haze. And I'm like, wow, Eviolite is such a good item. It's like ridiculous. And now I get a critical hit with return, and that really didn't matter. And so, because Miltank's just such a boss, and this was a really interesting team to use. I like it a lot because I don't have to rely on the rain to protect me or like make me offensive. But NU seems to be super fun. I'm really glad I'm doing these, guys. Let me know what you think. Comment, like, subscribe. Join LakeValor.com. We have a forums and a chat box, and a lot of us have a Skype group. We're really cool. it'd just be really great if y'all could come, because the more members we have, the more stuff we do. We have our own Pokemon Online server. We're getting it set up on a VPN, so it's never going to be down or anything. It's not going to be like one of those that's hosted on someone's computer where it can go get down. So with that being said, if you'd like to battle me, my Skype, it will be in the description, along with a link to either the LakeValorTV channel, which you should really check out, or my channel, which you should also really check out. So, peace guys, Teapot out.